Hello, fellow fragrance lovers, and welcome back to my channel. So, today I'm bringing you a very exciting new perfume. Well, I guess it remains to be seen if it's exciting or not, depending on how you feel about it, but I guess it's exciting that there is a new pillar fragrance from this house, the house of Victor and Rolf, and the new fragrance is Good Fortune, and I have it for you. I have my review. Oh my god. And I just by the way, I dropped this on pavement. So first off, I'm gonna say it's this very sturdy bottle because I literally dropped it on the pavement and it got dinged up a little bit, but it is intact. But anyway, I didn't want to talk about this yet. But if you want to know my thoughts on this brand new fragrance, stick around. And if you're new here, welcome. I am Limelight Lass, and my channel is primarily about fragrances. I like fragrances specifically that are a little bit different, that make you stand out, but I do all kinds of types of fragrances and body mists and basically anything in the fragrance world. I'll review it. Nothing is out of my realm, I guess you could say, except like super tuberosy fragrances. But anyway, I if you haven't noticed by now, I have been struggling with like a weird laryngitis situation. It's been so frustrating because I am now on summer vacation. I am a teacher and I had all these grand plans for making all these videos in, my first week off, and I lost my voice. I literally couldn't talk. I've been struggling with really bad allergy sinus issues for a couple weeks. Like allergies this year, at least here in the Northeast United States, have been horrendous. It's been the worst allergy season, experts are saying, like in 10 years. So I couldn't talk and it was so frustrating. And I still really can't talk like my normal self, but bear with me. I'm going to try to like keep this as succinct as possible. But I got this fragrance a few days ago and I was like dying to like get right on there and get in on, one of the first reviews. So I don't know. I was just really disappointed. But okay. So when I saw that Good Fortune, this new Victor and Rolf fragrance, was coming out, I was like, I thought the bottle looked really cool. I like the bottle. Now, the bottle is getting some hate. Some people say it looks like a trashy celebrity perfume or that it looks cheap. I don't know. Like, I don't I don't mind it. I think it's okay. I think it looks kind of cool. This like amethyst stone looking thing is cool. This cap. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. So here's the deal with this fragrance as far as the notes. So it's actually a very simple fragrance. The top notes are fennel and gentiana. Middle note is jasmine, and then the base note is Madagascar vanilla. So I was really intrigued by the notes because I thought like, well, that sounds a little bit different than maybe what Victor and Rolf usually does. And I will say, that was kind of my first impression when I smelled this is like, wow, this is a Victor and Rolf fragrance. Like this does not really fit in with kind of everything that I've experienced from them so far, which is like very gourmand. Um, gourmand with always a little bit of something to ground it and a little spiciness, patchouli, or things of that nature. So this, I'm going to give you what I'm smelling. Now, my olfactory situation might be slightly off because of my, this whole situation I'm having. So I don't know if like once I'm feeling 100% and I don't have these allergy sinus issues, if I'm like gonna smell it differently. But to me, when I first sprayed it on, it was giving me very much like just bang jasmine, like in your face and extremely floral, extremely white floral. And like to me, flower bomb ironically doesn't read as very flowery to me. But this reads as like, this should be Flower Bomb because it just smells like flowers. Bam, flowers in your face. Now, I do not like floral perfumes. Generally, I'm not the biggest like, I love jasmine. It's probably my favorite flower in fragrance, but I like it when it's like blended with more things. Um, so just to give you a reference point, this is more of a jasmine in like it actually reminds me of Lush Lust. And if you've ever smelled Lust from Lush, it is like a very natural, because it is a natural perfume, it is a natural, like very heady, like jasmine, jasmine, jasmine. So you've got to like jasmine. I'm gonna just say that. Like if you hate jasmine, like if you feel about jasmine how I feel about tuberose, because we all know, if you know me, then I would like probably steer clear of this. So it's very jasmine. Luckily, I like jasmine. Now this fennel, I don't know what that other flower is, that gentiana or whatever, but fennel I do know. So that is kind of an interesting. I just sprayed it on. It does give it a little bit of a more interesting flair, and I like that fennel-y smell. It's almost kind of like licoricey. And you do get that in the opening. Now, the whole vanilla base note, to me, um, it's not an overly sweet vanilla. Like I'm getting more of like, again, to go back to Lush for a point of reference, it's more of like, to me, the vanilla that's in their perfume Vanillary, if you're familiar with that. It's not like a gourmand, super sweet vanilla. It's more of like a earthy vanilla and like kind of a spicy vanilla. So this is like, yeah, to me it has a little bit of a like a vanilla spiciness in the background, which I do like. And overall, I think it's a nice fragrance. I've been wearing it for a few days. Longevity on me is not the best. I'm getting like about 4 hours. Now, when you first spray it on, it is like boom. You smell it. It projects and all of that. But after a couple hours, like it's to me a little more close to the skin. So I'd say like it lingers on your skin, but other people around you, I don't think would smell you, very much after a couple hours. So that's kind of my take on the longevity for me personally. So, I try not to read too many reviews, but of course I fall into the rabbit hole of reading Fragrantica, and there aren't tons of reviews so far, but the ones that are there, some are not very complimentary, and a lot of people are saying this smells juvenile, which I don't get that. To me, this does not smell like something. I mean, I teach high school. I don't think any of my students would be wearing this. It is, to me, a little more mature and, again, very, very floral, but like white floral. Um, yeah, so I personally don't think it is very juvenile. A lot of people are saying it's sickeningly sweet. Now, to me, the way I'm smelling it, and it could be again because I'm having these sinus issues, I'm not getting overly sweet at all. Like, I'm getting a subtle sweetness, but to me, I wouldn't smell this and be like, "Ooh, that's so sweet and so gourmand." It's really not. I mean, to me. Now, as far as like, and a lot of people are saying this is generic and you probably already have something like this. But here's the thing with me, I don't have anything like this really in my collection because I don't go for floral fragrances. I just don't, and I usually go for more kind of like unisex, even a little more masculine. This to me, now look, I believe anybody can wear anything, but to me, this does lean quite feminine. And there's almost something like a little vintagey about it. So I just sprayed this on, and my man came into the room. I do like to get his opinion, and he was like, "Oh, you smell like flowers." I was like, "Okay, well that makes sense because this is a very floral perfume." He's like, "But he's like, you also smell like powder." And he said that it didn't smell like I had perfume on. It smelled like I had like a bunch of powder on. I don't know. He's not a fragrance expert. Okay, don't tell him I said that, but he's not much of a fragrance expert. But I guess if you want to know, like, what the regular, normal, average, he's a very like average Joe. No, I'm not saying like you. Oh well, you know what you know what I mean. Like, he's not into fragrances. I mean, he's wonderful, but just from like a regular dude who's like not into like girly, super, fragrancy things, he said I smelled like powder for what it's worth. So there is something a little bit powdery in this fragrance. So overall, I do like it. It's actually a little bit out of my comfort zone. So for all the people saying it's generic and smells like other things, and for me in my world, in my fragrance world, it is actually unique because I don't really have anything that smells like this. So I am going to give it the Limelight Last 2 thumbs up. I really like the bottle. Oh, by the way, I have to show you the mist. The mist on this, I got to give it props for this. It's like a really good mist. Some people care about that. So that's a really good mist. Um, I like it. It's pleasant. I think people around you wouldn't mind it. There's nothing super off-putting about it. I would not blind buy it. I don't think you should. I think you should smell it. Now, I ordered directly from the site like the second it was available. So, that was a risk on my part. But I guess it'll be in stores, or maybe it's in stores now. I don't know. But I would try to smell it. Um, it does have a fennel note, which could be like maybe off-putting for some people. Um, I happen to like it, and yeah, I think it's a good fragrance. So if you're okay with like white florals, you're okay with a fennel type of smell. But to me, it's not like overwhelming with a subtle sweetness. You might like it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that my voice and everything goes back to normal so I can do a lot of filming, in the next couple weeks. And of course, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, I would really appreciate it if you did so. I'm inching toward my 1,000 subscribers, so I'm really excited to hit that milestone. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.